And this is Kaylee, and welcome to BK Farm.
So we currently have 47 chickens. We're going to be getting about 35 more in the spring. We have about 7 ducks right now. Probably will get a few more. You can hear them in the background. And we have 2 goats. We got Kalahara and Kiko. Kiko is the mom, and Kalahara is the baby of Kiko. And then we have 2 dogs. We have Boomer and Annabelle. We have 3 cats. We have Peanut, Scrappy, and Jenna Carey. And then we have a guinea pig named Theodore. We do plan to eventually get some pigs, maybe a cow, maybe some sheep.
So we live in a home that is 110 years old and 800 square feet that sits on 2 1/4 acres. And then we have this 15 by 45 foot shop where we'll be doing some of our projects, including woodworking and fixing around the house. And then if you come over here, we have our cat and our dog house. So I grew up in a family with a large garden. I'd always had animals growing up, always had chickens, dogs, cats. It was just a thing that my family did. It was my responsibility to care for the chickens, collect the eggs, make sure they had water.
Growing up, I didn't get the opportunity to have animals very much. On occasion, we'd have a dog or a cat, but I have always loved animals. I was the kid that had a trillion stuffed animals growing up. And I also really liked gardening. I was able to help my grandparents every once in a while with their garden. But as I continued to get older, my love for animals and gardening continued to grow.
So when I turned 12, I was asking my parents for a pig and if we could sell the dog. We ended up keeping the dog and getting a pig, so I was happy.
And then when I met Bryce in high school, I loved going over to his farm and seeing his animals, seeing his garden. And by the way, I was the reason for him getting goats to start with.
And when I met Kaylee, we were actually convinced that we needed to get goats.
So as a career, I got into veterinary technician, so that's what I am. I'm a veterinary technician for small animals.
But it wasn't always considered a farm. We always had family animals, but it wasn't until a little bit later in my life when I started getting so many eggs from my chickens, I didn't know what to do with them. So I had started selling them on my street corner.
So what is our mission and how did we get here? When we first got married, we would continue our farm on friends and family's property along with rental property. And then eventually we had enough money in our budget to be able to buy some land.
We believe and want to inspire everybody, including you, to experience the relationship and connection that comes from growing your own food, raising our own animals, and really knowing where and how we get our food, no matter where you live.